right, we're here at Destination Dallas. I got JJ HORNE, gasp athlete, with me today. So just kind of wanted to talk to JJ. He used the Prime plate-loaded extreme row earlier for his back. And all I want to know, man, is today when you use the extreme row, how is it different and how did it affect your workout?
First and foremost, I'd have to say just the ability to change the resistance curve without using chains and bands. I mean, when you're starting to fatigue, the machine kind of knows where you're at and where you need to be, so it adjusts the resistance variable to where the level of resistance that you need for the output that you're at, and then also for just like your level of fatigue. And so, like when I asked you again about where would I want to put the weight at if I were to add, if we're in the fourth and fifth positions of a set, where would I want to add the weight? And you kind of showed me you want to put it at the weakest point, the point where you need the most work. Or for instance, if I had it at 4, you wanted to put it at the bottom so that it affects you in the shortened position. So and that's something ideally that I needed the most work at, especially in this position. The other thing was just the ability to be in a position where you're able to kind of focus on the row and not focus on having to stabilize yourself on a bench or something that's not bolted to the floor, where you have to impact your core, and you're kind of taken away from the ability to just focus on the retraction and driving your humerus down, pulling with your lats. So I like the positioning of the bench and how it's it puts you in this extreme angle, i.e. the extreme row, where you're able to kind of just focus on that row position and kind of focus on the retraction before you pull your elbows and things like that. So I have to say it's one of the best pieces of equipment I've ever used.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So aside from obviously the huge benefit of being able to vary the strength curve and the resistance, biomechanically, do you think it's a pretty sound piece? I
think it's an excellent piece. It's one of the best machines I've used. I used to harp a lot about the hammer strength machines and things like that. I kind of like some of the Nautilus pieces and things, the pin-loaded machines, but this shit blows all of those out of the water. I mean, the technology on its own, along with just the build of the machine, the exact details that you need and angles that the machine puts you in to achieve maximum output. You can't achieve that with any other machine. With a hammer strength machine, you kind of have to position yourself in the right position, or either the machine, for somebody like me where I'm a little bit broader, the machine's maybe too small for me. And so I kind of have to do a kind of a stagger position or kind of a step back row. With this position, with this machine, I don't have to do that at all. I can fit right into the machine, get the output that I need, range of motion that I need. So yeah, hands down, best machine I've used.
And you brought up a really good point. And I've brought this up time and time again, but especially with back, to the point of trying to rig up chains or bands, it's very, very challenging, especially to flip the strength curve from difficult to easy and easy to difficult, right?
Absolutely. You only have one position when you're dealing with a single arm, for instance, and when you're trying to achieve with a band, for instance. If you want to attach it to the frame of the machine, and then say you want to put the band to where you have the load at, you only have one position right there, and it's kind of that same output's going to be for every set that you're using the band. But with this machine, it kind of hits you in the shortened, mid-range, and the lengthen range without even needing a band. A band is just added on to that, an added constant resistance that you have, so there's no rest area. But with this, you kind of achieve all of that by positioning the weight in different positions. And then at the end, on that fifth set, you had me do a drop set from the third position, which was, in the fully lengthened position. And that, man, I was hurting, bro. that completely blew it out the water, bro.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.